Welcome again. In our last video we said that we are going to handle what we call the Cfms in simple terms, or in other words the church fund management system. What is Cfms? We find that Cfms is an automated church fund management system. That is an initiative by the East and Central African Division of the Seventh-day Adventist Church to automate the process of collecting, managing, and reporting of actually the fund that we receive from the church. We call it in simple terms the digital treasurer. So it is the simple way of how the church treasurer can collect, can manage, and can report the funds that we receive from members. So how does Cfms work? Cfms being automatic, it is an automated process that employs the use of mobile money, online payment with full integration to the bank for collection, automated cash disbursement, settlement, and interchurch administrative level fund transfer. That is how Cfms work. That number one, it employs the use of a mobile money. Mobile money here means that for particular different countries, like my country Kenya, we have several mobile money ways. Number one, we have what is called an M-Pesa. Number two, we have what is called Airtel Money. We have what is called the T-Cash for those who are using the telecom money services. So Cfms employs the use of this particular one depending on whichever the giver has chosen to use. So it is an online payment in that I have to have money in my phone. I have to have money inside my phone bank for me to use the Cfms. Number two, we are told that it uses the full integration to the bank for collection. We only submit that we have direct to the bank, and this one is set up by a particular conference. Each and every conference have got all the bank's account of churches that they are managing. So when a particular church is being set up for the uses of this church fund management system, the bank account details of that church is being integrated with the Cfms code that that particular church is being given. Number two, we are told that it is an automatic cash disbursement, meaning that a particular giver can give direct to their bank account, to the conference bank account, for any settlement that there may be. Maybe I want to pay for tithe, I want to pay for development, I want to pay for combined offering, child dedication, everything that the church has got. We can actually use the Cfms to settle such kind of payment. Number three, we are told that Cfms can actually transfer money from one particular church to another. In that, maybe church A has got a fund drive, they require the services of church B. So without going too much ado about anything, church A can actually just use Cfms, authorize the bank to issue or to transfer fund from their account to another account for a particular church that needed the funds to be used. Number three, the Cfms also can help the church to manage its how do you call this? It's the Cfms can also help the church in managing what is called the budget. We have found that a lot of churches run without budget. Either the church just wake up and do something that they did not plan for. A committee just sit down and start doing things which the church business has not voted for. So in that case, the church is running without a budget. So when you fully employ CFMS, such things cannot be there, because with the CFMS, it is strict that a church has to have a budget at the end of each year for the ensuing year. If you don't put a budget in the CFMS, you can never withdraw fund in the bank account, because the CFMS has got a lot of reference they do in whatever you fed inside. At this particular month, I want to do this, it will cost for me this, and the project is supposed to run for such a particular period. So if you feed that inside the CFMS, it will actually remind you that you are supposed to do such particular time, and you cannot exceed the amount that you put to be used. So it actually helps a particular church to manage their budget they have put across. We are told that the CFMS initiative provides local churches with digitalized cash count process, which help account for cash collection and fully eliminates the manual receipting that were full of errors, and also helps in reporting at all church administrative level, from the local church to the division level. So when a church has fully integrated into CFMS, a lot of functions become digitalized. The treasurer has got few things to do with pen, because you only feed in the system. The system does so and so, such and such, step up to another, and then until you reach the reporting stage where the treasurer can actually produce a report of a particular transaction within no minutes. So it is a very easy thing that when a church employs, a lot of human error can be eliminated on the way that we have seen actually are happening in our local churches. And so CFMS, the system, provides the local churches with the flexibility of collecting the departmental funds, the departmental budget, the expenditure management, and the automated management reports, including maybe income and expenditure report. We have seen that when a church does not have a budget, the church may end up spending money that they did not budget for. And in that, the expenditure might be more than what the church gains. So you run at a loss each and every year. You wonder where your money is going for. But that one happens because you don't have a budget to guide you on what you are supposed to do. So when you have CFMS, it helps us actually in the flexibility of controlling how the church spends, how our budgets and expenditure are running in a particular year. And then it also tells you that it helps in automated management of reports, including income and expenditure. In each and particular church board that a church sits, it is encouraged and it is wise that the church treasurer to submit the treasury report in those particular sittings, because it forms one of the duties of a church board, overseeing the management of funds of the church. So how will the church board sit without the funds report? How are they going to oversee actually what the church is running about? So each and every church treasurer ensure that in each and every church board you go to, you provide the financial status of the church, and that one you can easily upload when you are using the CFMS. It actually gives you a very faster reporting system that you don't have to do a lot of calculation that may give you a lot of headache for nothing. CFMS come with an inbuilt flexibility that manages the collection of both trust and non-trust fund with a robust user defined fund distribution percentages, which helps in automating the allocation of all funds given by the members of the local church to each church administrative level as per the fund policy of the SD church is concerned. What do I mean by all that English? I mean this, that in the CFMS when you are using, it has been programmed to know that how much is supposed to go to the tithe, how much is supposed to go to the combined fund. And when a member pays for the tithe, where does the money go to? When a member pays for the combined offering, how much percentage is supposed to remain in the church? How much percentage is supposed to be submitted actually to the conference? And how much money is the church, local church, remaining with? How much money do we have as trust fund? Trust fund here are funds which the local church submit to the conference each and every month. They include funds like the tithe. They include funds like the what we call the combined offering, the camp offering, the CDF. If you find it easy, you can call it the field development fund, and any particular fund that the conference might call the church to come and help them do. We group them together and call them trust fund. The local church fund, the non-trust fund, are funds that are remaining inside the church. So while using the CFMS, the treasurer is actually able to know how much for a particular day has been given towards the trust fund and how much for a particular day has actually been given towards the non-trust fund for a particular church. And that one moves level to level until you reach the division. Remember, each and every level has got a certain percentage in which they retain and which they submit. So until you reach the general conference, where is the highest authority of the church. So CFMS is able to transmit this fund according to the percentages that have been programmed in it to allow for an easy accountability of these funds. We are told that another advantage of the CFMS is that in this digital age, the system has proved to be very successful and very convenient to the members that have used it. Number two, that in the churches where the system has taken off, we have seen a lot of benefits from that. Actually, in our church, we are using this, and I can actually confirm that a lot of benefits have been witnessed in that this CFMS, it helps in eliminating the human error that accompanies the manual process of fund management, thereby enhancing what we call the accuracy and the accountability of this fund. Number two, CFMS has less need to manually count this offering, either tithe and offering, at a local church on the Sabbath, in that the church treasurer and the team do not have to sit for a longer period of time counting money that members have given, because it finds that members had already submitted the money using the money way, maybe M-Pesa. So the treasurer's work is just to sit down and maybe see how have my people given today, how is the trend. The trust fund is how much, the local church is how much. And beside that, remember always that not everybody has the fund to use that. So a church treasurer has got some few work to do in counting the money that have been indeed submitted through the envelope in a particular Sabbath. So while employing the CFMS, it actually eliminates a lot of manual work that this treasurer is going to do, however much they sit down as a treasury team to count the offerings that have been given. We find that individual local church treasurers hold less cash, and that much of the money has actually gone directly to the bank instantaneously through the system. So a lot of cash that maybe our church treasurers are counting each and every Sabbath, when a member uses CFMS, those cash are directly channeled to the church bank account. So the treasurer does not have to handle cash money, which indeed might lead to other temptation of using them. And when they are required, they are not there. So it eliminates the temptation that a local church treasurer might have in using the money that does not belong to them. And number two, we are told that money reaches its rightful destination on time. Remember, this one is online, so it doesn't have to wait for maybe a duration of hours. I can pay money now, and when my treasurer goes to bank now, they are going to find that money in the account. That is one of the most benefit of this particular system, that when members pay, the money are deposited in the church account directly and instantly and in the destination where they are supposed to go. When a member pays for the tithe, the money are paid to the conference direct. When a member pays for the local church, the monies are diverted to the local church account direct. There is nowhere where this money will mix together, because they know how it has been programmed, that this goes to the conference, this goes to the local church. That is why I said beginning that each and every local church has got their account which have been interconnected with the CFMS. So your money will go to your local account. The trust fund money will actually be sent to the conference account. And then we are told that giving and returning is done at any time or place. So a member doesn't have to wait until Saturday where they are giving tithe and offering. When you are using CFMS, you can actually give your money anywhere, at any place, at any day, so that it it uh, it gives you an ease on how you, as a particular giver, you actually manage your fund, because keeping money in this particular era is proving to be difficult. One time you have money, the next time the money is being used, even those that belongs to God, we find ourselves using them. So when you have CFMS, actually you can manage this fund by transmitting them to the accounts directly when you receive them. So that is so much advantageous to the members of the church in managing their own fund. We are told that the system itself ensures transparency and fosters accountability in handling church fund. The giver confidence has increased and thus improving the rate of giving among the members, and that the tithe and offerings collection have become less costly for the local church due to the decrease in the need of envelopes. That is actually true. And then the internal controls have greatly improved for churches that have employed the use of CFMS. Let me go to a point where the tithe and offering corrections, members are using envelopes. We Many a times you find that a member is using one envelope per Sabbath, next Sabbath they pick another, next Sabbath they pick another. And that one has actually proved so much costly for the church to run, because one envelope is supposed to be used for a period of 1 month. But because members, they don't care, a lot of mishandling of these envelopes has occurred. So when you are using the CFMS, that one is done away with, and then we have proper management of the envelopes that we have. So the church has actually gained in their savings. That money can be channeled anywhere to do a particular work elsewhere, maybe charity or any other thing. So having done that, we have things that the CFMS do. Number one, we have what we call the departmental offerings. Each and every department can actually have their own account in the CFMS. Number two, we can employ the use of the USSD in collecting the church fund. Number three, the cash collection. We will see in our later videos how actually can we use the CFMS to remit fund, to count fund, and also to manage this fund. Number three, we can use CFMS actually in withdrawals and fund transfer. We have the account reconciliation. Even if you don't have the accounting background, the church fund management system is your remote accountant. It will help you actually to do all these reconciliations whenever you need them. And then we can employ the use of a budget when we are using CFMS, and also in the expenditure processes. How well do we spend our money inside the church? Number three, we can generate several reports from the Cfms, and a lot of reports that we can generate from the Cfms include that members, they receive their receipts. As a treasurer, I told you that one of the duty that you have is to issue receipts. So when a member uses the Cfms, they actually receive an automatic receipt, either in form of SMS or in form of emails. We also have the member statement. A particular member can actually generate their own statement. How are they giving money in a particular church? The church also can generate the church statement to see how they are faring on with their way of collecting, managing, and then reporting. We have what is called the treasurer's cash statement, where the district leader summary report. When a pastor requests for a report, maybe at the end period of every month, the treasurer doesn't have to go through manual work seeing how much he's supposed to actually give to the church pastor. You only set between this date and this date, and then you pull down that report and issue it to your local church pastor for reporting to the conference. Number three, we can generate reports that are going to the trust fund and trust fund report. We have find type report, we have find type account, we have find type periodic analysis report. We have several types of report which CFMS has actually brought on board for particular church treasurer to use. So there are three ways in which a member or a church can use the church CFMS. Number one, you can use what we call the USSD. USSD, I mean, it is a number provided by the service provider to be used. In Kenya, we are using what is called *392#. Actually, when you dial that from your Safaricom number, it will help you to register, and it will also help you to remit your tithe and offering. What you should always know is that what is your church code? Each and every church has got a code, and it is that code that will transfer your money to your bank account whenever your money is needed. Number two way, we can use what we call the CFMS app. When you go to the Google Play or the Play Store, you are able to download what we call the SDS CFMS app. That app is very simple and very easy to use. Just download, register the app. After registering the app, log in again, and then you will be able to remit your fund, to download your statement, and to do whatever thing. There's lots and lots and lots of functions in that particular app. And then lastly, we can use what we call the laptop software, the Windows software, which in this particular case is only used by the treasury team to collect, to manage, and to remit fund. Otherwise, that is a very simple introduction to what we have as the CFMS is concerned, and I'm looking forward to take you one-on-one on how actually you can use your fund, you can use your mobile provider to submit the fund that you have to God without having used that which does not belong to you. Otherwise, I pray for all of you that you may remain prayerful, you may remain trustworthy even to the end. For whoever called you is trustworthy and he has your back. Just pray, give God everything, and your ways will be straight. God bless you all until next time.